for us that they gave us, and it honestly was the wrong way. So we said, okay, we're trying to fix what we had a problem with yesterday was a bit of the entry stuff. You know, he'd get great runs off the bottom of exit of the corners, and he'd get a run, and he looked to the outside, and he'd go, no, because he's worried about the entry the next time. Well, we kind of hurt the exit, didn't really fix the entry. Went back, talked to our teammates, some things that they tried, and we made a few changes and kind of fixed the entry. But man, it was still tough out there. Man, he drove a hell of a race. I mean, he was hanging on that thing, and it was a true team effort today. Honestly, the boys in the pits did a hell of a job. The boys and girls on the stand, hell of a job, and it's a true team effort for sure.
You saw like 15th to 16th to get all the way up to in the top 5 there. How were you able to use the pit stops to get through the field there?
It's hard, right? There's overcuts and undercuts, and if you undercut, you're at a risk of a yellow. Today felt like there was going to be more yellows, but it's hard. You kind of just watch the leaders and everything when they're pitting and who we're racing, and go like one lap further or one lap shorter, and I think it's like if you go one lap wrong one way or the other, it can really hurt you or gain you. And I think we nailed that every stop. You know, we got a couple of positions in the pits and on track through the pit cycle. You know, he drove around people. It was just, honestly, it was just a well-executed race by everybody on this team. Can't say enough about them.
You saw him right behind you, Guard. What was the attitude on the pits?
Man, we were just trying to pump him up. Like, just go get him. You know, we all had 50 laps. You know, the abandonment procedures, I think, was kind of cool, right? We all had a hard decision to make. We're going to come for tires or not. We weren't sure how long that yellow was going to take. So they abandoned it and kind of made the decision for us. So we're all on equal tires, you know, and really only fighting 5 cars in the lead lap. So we just pumped him up, and at that point we felt like throughout the race, after like sort of lap 50 on tires, we were better than Newgarden, although he was a little bit further away from us throughout the race as we closed in. And so we just explained to him how much better he is, and let's go do it. And you know, a restart with basically 3 to go, you know, it can go either way like that, right? We just kind of got pushed up into the marbles a little bit, and that was that. So it was a hell of a fight to get back to 4th.
I mean, earlier though, he got held up by Ray Hall. He almost got the lead earlier.
Yeah. It took a little too long to get around Ray Hall, and you know, I know Joseph said a few things yesterday about situations like that, but it's racing, right? It's all part of it. They're all trying to get their lap back, and you know, we just gotta get through traffic better than everybody else at a track like this, whether they're on our lap or not. And so we just kept fighting, and he finally got around him, but that put a little bit of distance between us. He made quick work of the rest of them. And the yellow obviously put us under his gearbox, and we had one shot at it, and it just kind of didn't go our way, but it's still a hell of a performance.
Did you like that call to keep the pits closed?
What's that?
Did you like the call to keep the pits closed?
You know, me as being on the timing stand and calling strategy, it took a very difficult decision out of my hands, so you know, I personally didn't mind it. And yeah, I mean, I think it would have took too long, honestly, if they had opened it, and it would have been like everybody on new tires probably for like a lap or something. I think that's what they had to do to get 3 laps of racing. So I think it was all right.
Would you have came in or stayed out? You don't have to answer, I suppose.
In hindsight, we probably would have stayed out, and there was only 3 laps. I don't know. I think we probably would have came in. Being only 5 cars, I think everybody probably would have came. But that's expecting to be at least like maybe 5 laps left or something like. But man, new tires versus 50-lap tires, it's a big difference. So even in 2 or 3 laps, I think you can still get it done. And there's only 5 on the lead lap. So yeah, I think they all would have came.
You need the yellow to come out about 10 laps earlier then.
Yeah. And then it would have been a pretty cool fight. But it kept everybody on equal tires. I think we would have all been on new tires or used tires of equal distance on it. So I think the fight would have still been the same.